pull up this blog. We are ready to go. And the reason why I really wanted to, well, first of all, thank you for joining. And the reason why I really wanted to focus on the power of mentoring at this moment is because it's been a hot topic for a lot of people. I have had a lot of people asking me for mentoring advice, mentoring tips. I've recently done a few presentations all about mentoring, and I figured, why not share? I wrote an article recently about the power of mentoring. So a lot of the things that I'm going to be covering in the next 30 minutes are really all about what I've offered in that Power of Mentoring article, and even some stories, some personal things that I have experienced, and things really that can help you growing in your career. So again, I'm going to go ahead and share a couple of things with you tonight that I hope that you can take away and actually implement starting tomorrow. So if you're looking to really expand your skills with building relationships, you're looking to grow in your career, you perhaps want to promote in your career, you want to do something different, what is the reason that you feel maybe you're not able to do that right at this moment? Or why are you not yet ready? And a mentor is actually someone that can help you with those things. A mentor can truly help you to see things within yourself that you may not necessarily see on your own. And if you've ever considered the fact you might actually be a mentor to someone else and not even realize it. So just let's think about this for a second. If you are at work, or you're in, let's say you're still in college, or you're in school, or you are even having conversations with friends and you're out, have you ever noticed that sometimes you might be listening to someone and they say something that really sparks your interest and that pulls at something in you to think, wow, I lean in a little bit, I need to hear what this person is saying. I really feel like I can get something, or I'm going to pay extra attention. Because in today's world, we have our phones, we have the internet, we have all these different distractions around us. And it's easy for us to be distracted from ourselves. You might fall into the trap of even comparing yourself to someone else and where you are in your career versus where they are, and wonder, how did they get there? I probably have more knowledge or skills, or I deserve to be there. Those are some of the things that I'd say I've experienced. I remember a few years ago watching somebody present, and I realized I wanted to do that. I wanted to be able to confidently present in front of a room and speak to people clearly and not stumble on my words and use those filler words like, like, you know, and I still do that sometimes, but it's definitely better than it was. And I've been mentored by many people. Some mentors can come in forms of an informal relationship, just by observing someone that you interact with frequently, or it could happen informally or more formally, where you actually ask this person, can you mentor me? I've done that too. But asking somebody to mentor you really isn't the best thing. It's kind of frowned upon, actually. And I say that because unless you have established a great relationship with this person, if somebody is going to mentor you, that's actually asking for a lot from them. You're asking them to invest time in you. You're asking for them to critique you and be honest and open with you. You're asking for them to share some of their life experiences with you. And if you're sharing experiences with people, you want to make sure that, first of all, they earn the right to experience that. They earn your trust. They're somebody who you respect, and you respect enough to share these things with. So it's really important that if you decide to ask for a mentor, that they are someone that you personally know or have established a good enough relationship with so that it isn't awkward. Hey, Derek. So as I jump into this, mentoring relationships come in so many forms, and again, they can be informal, they can be formal, and I will touch on one main point. Coaching and mentoring are not the same thing. So if you hear somebody say, oh, you need a coach, you need a mentor, they might use those words interchangeably, and they are not the same. So I want to get that flat out right now, because there are so many misconceptions about this. Mentoring is simply sharing experiences with other people. Coaching is all about asking questions and listening. So if you're really, really good at asking people questions and really good at listening, then maybe you'll be a great coach for someone because you're pulling things out of them. Mentoring is about experiences. So if you ever ask someone to be your mentor, or if you ever mentor someone, I want you to keep this in mind. You are sharing an experience with someone. You're not teaching them something. You're not giving them your opinion. You're sharing your own personal experience. And I say that because if you want to give someone your opinion, or if you want to give someone your advice, it's important for you to ask for permission. So if someone's mentoring you, they're sharing experiences. You're having conversations with them, and you're saying, hey, I really like how you presented today. Or I like the presentation you did last week. I'm really trying to work on speaking better. I'm really trying to work on being more comfortable, opening up in meetings and talking to people on my team, but I'm having trouble articulating the words, and I just don't feel as comfortable. How do you do this so confidently? How are you so comfortable talking in meetings and sharing with people? Just simple, and I'm using this example just because it's my own, but in any position you're in any part of your life that you're in, this does apply. I mean, we all want to be able to talk to people more confidently and know that what we're saying is resonating with them and that it makes sense. But again, it's important for you to first observe what it is that you truly admire or respect about someone that is prompting you to say, hey, can you mentor me? Or in my case, I've had plenty of informal mentors. And in my business, I work around so many coaches and speakers that I am blessed that I can watch them and learn from them. Now, I'm even more blessed because I'm actually friends with some of them, and I can ask them, hey, I just saw this presentation you did. That was awesome. Can you tell me about this technique? I've never seen that before, and I want to learn more. Help me out here. That is a true nugget. If you have the opportunity to really get connected to people, which that's another thing. I'm so about connections. And if you have a network of people, I mean, many of you are watching on Facebook, and if you just look at your Facebook friends list, how many people on your Facebook feed do you have admiration for that are doing things that you're like, damn, I really wish I could do that? Well, what's stopping you? Is it because, well, first of all, you probably don't think that you can. You don't have as many friends, or you don't know as many people. That's not to say that you can't ever do that. Perhaps someone that you're following is doing something that you aspire to do. Start watching them more. Look at what they're doing and the consistency they have, the way they interact with people, their demeanor. And at some point, reach out. Ask them if you're interested in learning more, how they can help you. There's so many ways that mentoring can be a big part of your life and your growth. And this isn't just with business and just with careers. Like, this is friendships. Have you ever been around someone and you've seen this person is an amazing friend, and they have so many friends that go to them and love being around them and nurture that friendship? And it's because they're doing something which is connecting with them. So I'm going to touch on that point for just a second, because great mentors are also great connectors. If you want to be a great friend to someone, or a great spouse or significant other, you have to learn to truly connect and invest time and invest energy into that relationship. It's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in your career. Relationships are so important. And if you have the ability to nurture and grow a relationship and then mentor someone else to do that, or even be mentored by someone, you have so much potential and a great leg up on somebody else who might be doing the same but isn't making a connection or isn't as influential. Derek, that is such a great point. Great mentors are great connectors. So if that is something that you're working on, I highly recommend getting a mentor. And I'd also like to say, I might not be the best mentor for you, but you can find one. And I can help you find one. But it is important to make sure you choose the proper mentor for you. We're all different. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different experiences. I would not be doing myself any service by asking someone to mentor me who is in the pharmaceutical sales industry. What am I going to learn from them, really? Because I'm not a salesperson. I'm not in the drug industry, medical industry. I probably am not going to get anything that I can apply to my life from that person. I might get a few things, but I'd probably get a better mentor out of somebody who's doing a job that I aspire to do, and they've been doing it for a while. Or they're in an industry that I aspire to be in, or that I've just entered that I want to get better at and get more understanding of. So I would spend more time watching that person, following what they do. That is somebody that would be a better mentor for me. I'm going to share a quote with you because I absolutely love Oprah. And I think like every single speech I've ever done, I've quoted Oprah. And every presentation I've done, I quote Oprah because she's the queen. And her quote is this: "A mentor is someone who allows you to see the hope inside yourself." And I absolutely love that because it's true. We oftentimes go to a mentor or even realize we need one because we are lacking some sort of hope within ourselves. We lack the ability and confidence to really think that we can do something. And a mentor can show us, like, I was pretty much where you were. Anytime you mentor someone or anytime someone mentors you, y'all have something in common. I've had a mentor who started off exactly where I was. And this was probably 10 years ago. Working in a position, wanting to move up, aspired to do something more, but as a woman, kind of felt like I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm a woman. I work in an industry that's male dominated. I don't have that many contacts. I don't know that many people. Boom. That was one of the first lessons that I learned. You don't have to have all the contacts. You don't have to know all the people. A mentor can also introduce you to people. So if your mentor is connected, which they probably are, they can introduce you to people. They can open opportunities up to you. They may not be able to get you an opportunity, but they can certainly connect you. You still have to do the work, but that person can help you and set you up. So they can truly offer you guidance and advice and encouragement, exposure and visibility, and even coaching in some cases. But again, be careful with that because coaches definitely need to be trained on how to actively listen and ask really good questions about your specific situation. And a mentor is not supposed to do that. A mentor is really just supposed to share with you the journey that they've had, some of the experiences along the way, and how you can apply lessons they've learned into your own life. So, key point, just remember that. So, I mentioned you should have somebody that you admire. If you looked around and you see somebody that you think can help you, that's a great mentor. However, I will say a mentor should not be certain people, such as your manager or your boss. Now, I've had a lot of people tell me, I've learned a lot from my boss. I have an amazing boss. My manager's great. Yeah, probably so. And I've had a great boss too. But I learned some things. However, I didn't ask for my boss to be my mentor. I've never asked a boss to be my mentor, because how awkward is it if at one point you're struggling a little bit with something that has to do with your boss or your manager, and they're your mentor? You can't go to them and say, hey, I need your advice on how to handle this situation, or hey, I need you to help me out, because it's about them. So you need someone that's a little disconnected and unbiased, because mentor relationships can go as deep as you would like them to. Some mentoring relationships are very surface level. You might talk a lot about things that are related to your business or your career. But in some cases, a mentor is also somebody that you can share more personal things with. If you're in a relationship and you might be dealing with relationship problems, or if you are a new parent and you want to talk to somebody who's been through those things, I mean, your mentor has had experiences they can share. And again, if your mentor is also your boss or your manager, there's going to be a limit to where those conversations can go. So I don't think it's all that bad to really informally learn from your boss or your manager, but you shouldn't ask them to mentor you. Now, how can you find a mentor? Finding a mentor really is not as hard as you would think. Again, you can look at people around you, people that you've worked with, people who you admire, even online. There are a ton of influencers online for so many industries, and you can follow them, you can watch them, you can learn from them. But another great way to find a mentor is to look within your circle and start expanding your network. If any of you are on LinkedIn, I hope that you are. LinkedIn has been extremely valuable to me over the last few months, and I've really appreciated taking the time to learn more about LinkedIn and how to use it, because it's really helped me expand my network, create great connections with people, and it's opened up so many more opportunities for me to build my side business. And I've also used those connections that I already have to meet other people. So, and I don't say used in the sleazy way like I'm using people, but you have the permission to use your network. And I think a lot of people don't like that. They think, you're just using me to get to this person. Well, no, but if you are connected to somebody and you know somebody I want to know, why would I not ask you, or why would I not try? And what's the worst that can happen? They don't introduce you. Okay, move on to the next. So I will speak, okay, Derek's asking, speak on a little bit more on LinkedIn expansion. So one thing that I recently listened to, if you're trying to expand your LinkedIn network, one thing I recently listened to is if you go into your LinkedIn contacts currently and you see who you're connected to, all you need to really start with is a reach out, simple message to say, hey, so-and-so, how are things going? I really appreciated seeing this article that you recently shared, or I recently saw that you updated this, or you got this new job. LinkedIn is really good about saying, hey, it's so-and-so's anniversary with this job, or this person recently published this article, or this person just liked this article. They're really good about showing you things on LinkedIn about what your other connections are doing. So I'd really recommend sending a message. And this even applies to Facebook, by the way. Even if you look on Facebook, your friends, you see that they've done something, you see a birthday, people like things, like. What's a like? Why don't you take it a step further and send them a message? Not even a comment, like get in them DMs and say, hey, happy birthday, I was thinking of you. Or, hey, I saw this article you published, it was really great, thanks for sharing that. And you do the same on LinkedIn. Then when you see that they are mutually connected to someone that you want to know, it's easier to say, hey, can you introduce me to so-and-so? I'm interested in this company, or I'm interested in this group, and I'm interested in doing business with. And it makes it less awkward, because you got to treat networking and connecting like dating. You don't ask someone to marry you right when you meet them. I mean, you have to go take them out on dates. You have to get to know them. You have to see if you have things in common. You have to learn how to trust each other and gain respect. And that takes time. So you have to nurture those relationships in the same way. I'm all about sending messages. And even if you can, send a voice memo to someone. So some of you guys are probably watching this thinking, oh, wow, that's why. Sometimes I send voice memos to people to wish them a happy birthday, not just posting it on their Facebook page or posting it on their LinkedIn, but taking time to send them a message and a voice memo when possible. It creates a way better connection. And mentors are great at connecting people. So I hope that helps for LinkedIn. And I can do a whole other spiel on LinkedIn at another time. But I do want to wrap this talk about mentoring up with this quote from John C. Maxwell, who is one of my mentors. And I have the honor and privilege of being a coach, speaker, and trainer on John Maxwell's team. So of course I have to quote him. He is an amazing speaker. He is an amazing businessman. He was formerly a pastor, and he has grown a phenomenal business. He's written so many books and created so many programs. He's done so many service works across the world. He's such a philanthropist, and he's just an amazing person. So I would recommend him as a mentor. And I go back to Oprah because she's the queen. I listen to everything Oprah. I watch things that she does. Oprah has truly inspired me and mentored me. I've never personally asked her to, but I've learned a ton of things from that woman. So let me leave you with this quote from John C. Maxwell. The best way to mentor can prepare another leader is to expose him or her to other great people. So let me say that again. The best way a mentor can prepare another leader is to expose him or her to other people, to other great people. So it's all about networking. It's all about connecting. Mentoring is beyond just you and just that person. There's so many opportunities for your mentor to share experiences with you. And even you, if you want to be a mentor to someone, just share. You don't have to say, hey, can I be your mentor? You can literally just share. And some of you guys watch videos and things from me, and I've heard some say, like, I love Brittanni, you've been a mentor in some ways to me, or you've inspired me. That's great. I love that, because it just shows that sharing my experiences, first of all, they happen for a reason. They should be shared. Not everything should be shared, but many things should be shared, because we can teach lessons to others and help them to avoid some of the mistakes we've made. So great mentors share experiences. They are great at connecting other people, and they expose people to other great leaders. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I truly appreciate you being here. I hope that this has been helpful for you, and I will be doing another segment next month. I don't know the exact date for August, but it will be the second Tuesday of next month. The second Tuesday of August. Join me here. Please share this with any of your friends, colleagues, family, anyone who can benefit from hearing more about the power of mentoring, great connections, and networking. And the topic next month is to be determined, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be about imposter syndrome, because I've recently shared an article that just got extremely great feedback, and a lot of people are struggling with imposter syndrome and they don't even realize it, and it's affecting their work and it's affecting their life, and I have some things to help you get over it. So thanks for being here so much, and I will chat with you soon.